Myth.
J Myth has his own lane.
Yeah, we got another legend in the fucking building. Hades.
Let's see what Hades is talking about, man.
Let's see what J Myth talking about.
They say black people ain't never on time for stuff. And that's a fact. That is a fact. But one thing is for certain, we always on time with the superior DAW. It's Logic Pro Global. Logic Pro Global. For anything less for beats is illogical.
Illogical. Yes, sir.
I'm your host, Hades. Yo, this background music is loud and I have no control over it. What's going on here today? It's all messing up today.
I can't even hear that.
You don't hear? Well, you on Zoom. You can't hear nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can't hear nothing.
Oh, let it slap. You know what I'm saying?
Do me a favor. Are you logged into Twitch?
No, not logged into it.
Yeah, log into Twitch real quick. Tell me what you hear. As a matter of fact, log into.
Oh, I mean, I can unmute it and.
Now do a quick flex and go to your YouTube channel for J Myth and see if it's streaming there. Okay, let me know if you hear the background music because I'm hearing it on this end.
I don't even see. I don't see it. It's not live on YouTube.
On your channel?
Mm-mm.
Let me see what's going on here. I'm just gonna mute the music because we're losing. I lost the visuals, so I got the frames of us. I just can't see us, so let me just try to fix that real quick. Apologies in advance, gang. All the viewers, thanks for stopping by. Again, get used to this. Black people, we always late, right?
Oh, yeah.
But we
to
always,
a certain extent.
Yeah, we always on time.
But we always right on time.
Yeah, we always right on time, especially with that superior DAW. You know what I mean?
Very superior.
Small technical difficulties is to be expected. I got a notification on my end that you're live on your page. And I'm on your page right now, and I'm watching the stream.
What? All right.
Yeah. So it works. The connection, the multicast works. So now I just got to figure out why the hell I can't see us.
All right, I see it now. Okay. And I don't see, I just see, the boxes.
Yeah, I don't see us, and I just saw us a second ago. What the bumbleclot.
Shout out to Chaotic Beats. I see you, my boy.
Chaotic, what's good, gang?
He's on the YouTube. Let's get it.
OG, triple OG, OG, triple triple.
You know what I'm saying? Knocking out them big pop hits. You know what I'm saying? He was flexing all week this week, low key.
That's a fact. There we go. All right, so I see what I did wrong. All right, technical difficulties. You know what I mean? It's like this OBS, Zoom, Stream, Twitch thing is like owning your own broadcast company. You know, we like our own little NBC, CBS. So we're not just the hosts and the personalities. We're the engineers, the producers, the cameraman, the sound effects, the whole shebang. So
Facts.
You know, make sure if you ever go this route and you want to go live and do streams like this for whatever type of content you have, man, make sure you got the patience and the time to dedicate into configuring all this stuff, because I'll be the first one to tell you, man, this thing is not all it's cracked up to be as far as configuration. I just want to make beats. That's all I want to do. I just want to make beats, and I just want to flex the superior DAW, and that's it. That's all I want to do. You know what I mean? But I find myself configuring stuff like I'm some kind of IT developer in some third world country.
Okay, hidden flex. Hidden flex.
It is what it is. Let me before we continue, let me just see what's going on with this background music, if I have control over it now or not. Hold on. Yeah, I still don't have control over it, but I could live with that. I can figure that out later. I should be able to like mess with the volume. Let me just make sure we're coming in good.
Now on YouTube, I can't hear you.
1 2 1 2.
I can't hear. Oh, there we go. We good. We straight. We good.
Yeah, we outside.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we outside. All right, so no biggie. We can kill the background music. We don't need to fade that joint out. Yeah, so what's good, y'all? Thanks for joining. Whoever's joining right now. This is Logic Pro Global, B community dedicated to Logic Pro end users. I'm your host, Hades, broadcasting from Miami Beach, Florida. We got J Myth, the GOAT himself, broadcasting from California. And
Yes,
yeah, welcome. Sorry we're late again. We had a lot of technical difficulties at the last minute, and we decided to try out I want to call it a trifecta cast.
Right.
So we decided to beta test something right before the stream, which was probably not the best idea, but it is what it is. It worked out in the end anyway. So
absolutely.
So right now we have this stream broadcasting on Twitch, on the Logic Pro Global YouTube, and J Myth's YouTube channel, and the Rome's World channel. So we're broadcasting on 4 different channels right now, and it's only going to get bigger. So
flex.
We gotta accommodate the growth with proper configurations and expansion techniques. You dig?
Absolutely.
But yeah, welcome y'all. What's good, Myth? How you been, man? How was your week?
And all is well, man. A lot of things coming up, but it's all good. It's all in the right direction, and it's all going to be a good look overall. So
that's a fact. It's
we moving, we making moves.
It's a marathon, man. It ain't a sprint. So
absolutely,
it all takes time, man. You know me. The devil's in the details and all that OCD good stuff. So it all takes time.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yes sir.
It all takes
yes sir.
time.
Are you the GOAT when it comes to that?
Sometimes I wish I wasn't, man, because that if you don't manage it properly, man, you'll not only lose your time because you're so stuck on that one thing that you could easily let go and move on to, but you'll lose your mind as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and just the will to be creative.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's creative. You're spending some time on the wrong things instead of creativity, and then that's why salute to y'all. Y'all technical people, man. Y'all the GOAT. I love y'all because I couldn't do it by myself.
Hey, listen, man. Keep it a buck with you, man. It's not even technical. I don't think I'm that technical. It's just I do a lot of R&D. If I don't understand something, I'm gonna do the research and figure it out. It's just like when we first started using Logic, right? out the box, we
Right.
just see a bunch of knobs and all this other good stuff. We ain't know where to start. So what we do the research. You know what I mean, we go online, read the manual. So that's all it is. It's just it takes some longer than others to actually, you know, find that information and process it and apply it. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely. I mean, but with Logic though, I mean, they start off with the best sound, so I mean that does help.
back in
You know what I'm saying?
I like
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So I mean, that does help. It's like when you start off, you know, and you already have the best sounds to do, you know, to work with in box.
That's a fact.
I
That's
mean,
that's a fact.
you know, so it's just a matter of just point and click. Like, oh, okay, this is a superior sound. I haven't heard any other dogs with this quality sound.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You just
And
cook up. I can just cook up right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's-
Cook up with this sound.
that's a fact, and that's what this beat community is all about. Now, keep in mind, for all y'all emotional motherfuckers out there rocking FL, this ain't nothing. All y'all emotional motherfuckers out there rocking FL, pull your skirt up. This ain't we ain't trying to start no personal beef, right? This is friendly competition. We believe in our dog, you know what I mean? However,
Absolutely.
any of y'all sensitive motherfuckers, any of y'all sensitive FL cats that got something to say, logicproglobal@gmail.com. Spin
You
the block.
did. Get at us.
Yeah, spin the block.
Get at us. Pull up.
I mean, otherwise, you know, we got love for all the doors. A lot of our peers rock FL, and there's some of the nastiest cats on the planet. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
we're
Facts.
not knocking FL at all. We're just bigging up our platform.
Yeah, no, it's some
You know what I
goons.
mean?
Yeah, it's definitely some goons on FL, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
you know, I mean, we repping Logic over here. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
a
salute
fact.
to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no toxic beef.
That's a
We
fact.
just, you know, we just know what's superior.
It's like the OG Chaotic Beats. He put up a story today that I saw where he said he lives and breathes this shit day in and day out, and in the screenshot and the image are 4 DAWs: FL, Logic, Pro Tools. I think it was 3: FL, Logic, and Pro Tools.
Like in Pro Tools. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he uses
So,
all 3.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man,
But he'll tell you what's like the highest quality dog. Like he will tell you which one it is.
yeah, you know
what I'm saying? And we know that's Logic.
Yeah, that's a fact. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's not the car, it's the driver. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's big facts.
So you know, I can jump into FL and do the same thing in FL that I'm doing in Logic. Someone in FL who has the determination and and the motivation to jump into Logic can probably finesse it if they had the time to really learn it and all that other good stuff. So at the end of the day, it's the
Right.
producer, right? But if we keep
Absolutely.
it at a software perspective, right?
Mhm.
Logic,
I mean, it
Logic.
is what it is.
yeah, it's like
It is what it is.
you know,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, all right. No, now for instance, if you want to make a beat, FL, you can knock out beats all day. You can go crazy.
it's a fact.
But what if you want to do a full record?
Mhm.
If you want to record vocals, you
Mhm.
want to do the beat, record the vocals, mix it, and have it mastered in the same DAW.
Mhm.
Then you know what I'm saying, y'all go, your FL cats is in trouble.
Yeah, y'all got problems.
And I mean, us Logic cats, we sitting pretty. Easy snacks.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Easy snacks.
That's a
And what if
fact.
you don't want to use third-party plugins at all?
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean,
All right.
considering the fact that your PCs, half of y'all PCs, is like Dell Latitudes from 1997, and the CPU just can't handle it. So you're kind of forced to use stock plugins or free plugins that are low CPU on them. So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, and then do you really want to use FL stock plugins? FL stock plugins?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's sus.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that one.
That's sus, man.
I don't know about that song color. The FL keys. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but
I don't know.
at the end of the day, man, we're gonna have plenty of time. I mean, we here now and we here to stay, so we're gonna be doing this every day. So, like I said,
Absolutely.
if you got thick skin, then that's good. If you don't, you're fresh out of luck because we here to stay. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But yeah, this community primarily is for Logic users, but everyone is welcome. You might
Everyone
find
is
out
welcome.
something new about Logic that you didn't know that you might get interested in. You might want to toggle between the two, FL and Logic. Who knows? We'll bring you over to the dark side. But at the end of the day, we show love to all DAWs. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
we're not restricting any other DAWs from coming through and chilling and hanging out. So yeah, man. Other than that, for me, man, my week's been all LPG all day, all night. So I've been just trying to get things in order for the long run and getting
Absolutely.
getting Rome's World back on track. So yeah, man, just keeping
Flex.
busy. Just keeping busy, no sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, other than that, man, week's been good.
Yes, sir.
But I wanted to start off with a video from YouTube that I saw. Was it over the weekend maybe? And this video, I watched it once, and you know, I had my thoughts, and then I just clicked away and went somewhere else. But then that same night, as I'm like getting ready to go to sleep, I just started thinking about that video and what Homeboy was saying, and then I'm thinking about my projects, and I'm thinking about the compositions that I'm doing, and then I'm thinking about one specific producer who shall remain nameless. But every time he sends over, every time I get a melody from him, the quality of the melody is weird. Like it's like they boosted the gain so much that it clips. And I think you know who I'm talking about. Give me a second. I'm just making sure the live is still running because Rome's World seems to be locking up. Yeah, both Rome's World. You see, I think yours is still running on my side.
Yeah, it's starting to lock up a little bit, but it's still running.
It's still running. Go to Twitch real quick.
Damn, I was ready to hear this backhanded flex coming up because I know it's some type of backhanded flex coming.
Oh no, it's far from a backhanded flex, man. It's more of a concern than anything else. Keep it a band with you.
Okay.
For me, it's a big concern. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that's gonna hinder my production in the slightest, in the sense of a bit rate or a sample rate, or you know, a fraction of a latency or anything like that, my OCD is gonna fucking kick in, and I'm gonna do something about it, right? So, let me go ahead and share my screen. I also need to go into Logic Pro Global's live session. Logic Pro Global, J Myth, team producer grind. Where am I? Go to channel. Yeah. All right. So it's weird because the YouTube studio on my computer is showing that it's just buffering. It's just spinning. So I don't know. Whatever. As long as we're on, we're on. All right. So
we're still running over here.
Yeah. As long as it's running on the thing, it's good. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen so I can show you this to me controversial, very controversial piece. I don't know whether to thank this guy for giving his input or punch him in his face for living, one of the two. But
okay,
let me see. You can come around. Share screen. Where's my Zoom? Where's my Zoom? Share. All right.
What is one of the four screens?
One of the four screens, right?
Okay.
Yeah, man. If y'all plan on doing y'all own live or whatever the case is, if y'all can't afford a stream deck but y'all have multiple screens, you know that's a viable option. You might not even have to spend bread on a stream deck. But you might want
to go like Hades and get like 5 screens and a stream deck, or something like that,
and
crazy.
make sure that at least half of the screens are touchscreen. You know what I mean? Just to make sure you're on an even keel with me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to have the conversation, a flexible conversation on flexing.
Facts.
Oh, you know, with Hades, you got to be on that type tier.
Oh, absolutely. So now I'm trying to remember what day it was. I want to say I saved it up, but I probably didn't. Let's see. And you probably
Team Producer Grind Live, shout out to them. I see you.
Yeah, I think Alex live cooking up samples.
Okay, shout out to Alec. You know what I'm saying? The young goat.
Alec from España. That's what I used to call him.
Yeah.
Alec from España.
You know what I mean? He used to flex, you know what I'm saying, weekly trips from between Spain and California, but it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? He be flexing.
Yeah.
That was early flex.
Yeah, he a little young. He a little young giant too, man. Not for nothing. I didn't even know he was that tall until like a couple of weeks after meeting him. Like he was like, I'm 6 something. I'm like, what the fuck? How old are you?
Yeah, he was 6'3" back then.
Like, dude.
Like 2 years ago, he was like 6'3". Ain't no telling his height now.
Like, gang, do you play ball or something? Like, you need to pick up a basketball or something, my boy.
Nah, he got bad knees. You know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing joke we got.
He's too young for that. I mean, it's only gonna get worse when he gets older.
Facts.
I'm looking for it in the history. That's the only place I'm gonna find it. Should have had it saved before the stream, but I don't give a if. Skrillex, Taz Taylor, JNR. Would be a shame if I don't have it here. You can see my screen, right?
Oh yeah. One of the 8. Yeah, I see.
3 ways, plugins, virtual tube, audio, FL. Damn, what's Homeboy's name? And what's his name? Just finished interviewing him too. DJ Pain 1. Let me go to BeatStars. That would make sense. Go to BeatStars.
Oh yeah.
We gotta go to BeatStars anyway.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Videos. Was it on BeatStars or was it on Pain's thing? Let me see. DJ Pain 1 branding. Yeah, it's on this site here. All right. Now I gotta find Homeboy. I should have had this thing at the ready, my guy, with the bumbleclot.
But it was something that was posted recently.
Yeah. So BeatStars had an interview with a sound designer, and I just can't remember Homeboy's name, but he OG. He been in the game for a minute. And
who do you used to sound design for? Like most popularly?
I can't even remember. I think I had a conversation with you and Drill last week about drum kits and how long it takes, and like it's not as easy to do as most people make it seem, like a quick fast thing. And he's the guy who said it. That kind of made me like assess the whole drum kit situation. But I don't see Homeboy. See, now the OCD is kicking in. Now the OCD is saying I ain't going nowhere until I find this joint. So y'all gotta bear with me, man. I can't just give up like that. That ain't happening. But trust me, once I find it, you'll see why I'm not like letting this go. I know I saved him as. I saved him. I subscribed to him. But mess around after watching that, I may have unsubscribed. Alex, no, it's not him.
So it wasn't on DJ Payne One's?
No, so when Payne, I think when Payne does stream BeatStars, he does it on their platform. I don't think he does it on his.
Got you. Right.
Let me see if it's this guy. I don't think it's this guy. While this is doing it on, because I don't know what the deal is with CPU today. Let me check my phone. Brian Dean. Is it Brian Dean? No, because he damn sure didn't have that many subscribers. This guy's like YouTube marketing. Not Brian Dean. If I could see his avatar, would be good. Oh. This is gonna drive me insane, fam.
Hey man, shoot, take your time, shoot. Cause I'm curious. I'm curious to see where.
I guarantee y'all, if y'all just be patient and I find this joint, y'all gonna see why I'm so pressed on looking for it. Stand by, let me check. Maybe I put it on the Logic Pro because I'm in Rome's world right now. Maybe I have it on the Logic.
Oh, it might be, yeah. It might be bookmark. Did you bookmark it on Logic?
If I did, it would be under Watch Later. Not
right.
YouTube, TikTok, Broad Beats. Go to Rome's world. Okay. Library. Watch Later. Oscillators. Nope. Not Watch Later. I'll tell you the date. Herb Trick. TB and Alec. So TB and Alec's live I think that was today. No, that was that was yesterday. It was definitely before yesterday. Got all kinds of movie scores in my history. Gotta navigate.
Flex.
Yeah, I'm a big movie score buff, especially like when I'm working and like if I'm not composing but I'm on the computer working. I like to listen to either jazz or some sort of orchestral.
Oh yeah, that's always those always are the go-tos just for listening, getting ideas. There's a couple of old scores that I flipped way back in the day. I'm gonna go back to those scores too.
A couple of Transformer joints I want to flip.
Oh yeah, well mine is sort of like, man, mine is two gems. I can tell you right now from way back in the day, 2 gems. Hunt for Red October score.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And Hunchback of Notre Dame, the animated one.
I don't remember that movie.
It's from way back in the day.
But the Hunt for Red October, is that the one with Denzel or Sean Connery or both?
Sean Connery, both.
Both, yeah. Right? Okay, because I know there's another one with Hugh Jackman and...
Hugh Jackman is in it too.
All 3 of them?
Yeah.
There's another movie similar to that submarine. So my boy, I cannot find this thing and it's driving me insane.
What was the context of what he was talking about?
I can't go that way.
Or at least search that.
You need to. Yeah, let me try that. DJ Payne.
Or go to BeatStars Twitch. Because that's probably the last place it was shown.
Since when did you become better than me at fucking doing searches? I thought I was the GOAT at that. Clearly I'm not.
Oh no. You the GOAT.
It's because I'm
You know what I'm saying? You the GOAT.
So I'm literally brain dead, my guy.
I'm the idea guy. I'm the fresh idea guy.
Running.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for the record, streaming multiple channels to each person's streaming the stream on each channel. Each respective producer's channel was Myth's idea. He just came up with it right before the stream. So we should probably blame him for being late. But
no, don't blame me.
We'll give him a pass.
You know what I'm saying? Don't blame me. You know what I'm saying? It was for the betterment of the whole community.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? We good.
BeatStars Academy, Sunday Sounds, The Listening Room. This ain't it. I'm in the Twitch, but I'm getting something. I'm getting like playlists and shit. Where the fuck is what's his name?
Let's go to the videos, I guess, in the order of which you're played. It should be, you should be able to pick up on it.
Videos. Road to 1 million, music, sound, The Listening Room, view all. Past broadcasts. We Buy Your Beats. I remember that one. I remember making 800K off beat leases. I remember that. Playlist your beats. Making beats with loops. No.
Yeah, the guy that said he made 800K off of beat leases, and he was selling them at 20 a pop, and they were all non-exclusive.
I haven't. I started.
Low key popped up. Maybe think it's I sort of popped up an idea in my head where it's like, but we'll see.
I started watching that, and I haven't finished yet, but I plan on it. I need to hear what else, what he has to say. From 6 movies.
You only spent 100,000 on advertising.
Yeah. If you make beats, you can DJ. I don't think it's that one, but let's check it out. Fucking Twitch and their ads. Oh, wait a minute. Is this him? Damn sure ain't. Wait, is it him? No, it's Payne One DJing in his mom's basement.
Going to dungeon mode, okay.
Yo, fam, I cannot. I may have to just tell y'all. I don't want to do it yet. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it wasn't on BeatStars. It was MEC Podcast.
MEC Podcast. I'm not hip. Who's that?
MEC Podcast is the podcast that DJ Payne One had started with. I forgot this guy's name. But he started it with another guy, and they would do these podcasts. It'd be like a video podcast. It was during the pandemic, and then because Payne One was already like a BeatStars affiliate, they were like, "Listen, just bring the podcast to bring it into our platform, and we'll make it free to everyone to BeatStars, and we'll just pay you guys whatever we're going to pay you." Don't quote me on that, Payne, if you're watching this. But that sounds like the story might have been. But long story, But long story short, they took the platform and they put it under BeatStars, and they've been running it there. But it's still called the MEC Podcast. So let me go to Payne One's site. This is the last one, and then if I can't find it here, then I'm just gonna give up, which is hard for me to say because
that's cap.
That's cap. Let me see. All right, I'm on Payne's site. The worst beat selling advice, making beats. Soldier Boy won't pay for beats. Here it is. I found it. His name is Decap. So
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
you know him, right?
All right.
You heard of him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me see. Okay, so clearly I didn't save him as a thing, probably because I was pissed and I unsubscribed. All right, decap. Sound design. Damn, that only took an hour. Appreciate y'all sticking around and being patient. Y'all won't regret this, especially y'all FL users. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I definitely said it.
Oh yeah, he's ready for wars. Okay.
Oh, that's a fact.
He's in Dawn War mode.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I see. There goes. Okay, sound design.
All right, so I need to click on his thing first. Then go to videos. Homeboy has he has a plugin that looks really, really dope. The interface looks hard. I don't know about the quality, but I want to say the quality's on point as well.
Yeah, I believe Drillbit had used it because he had mentioned it to me as well. He's got dope kits too. You know what I'm saying? Like his sounds, he's got some dope sounds. For sure.
All right, let me find the post.
Yeah, it's a plugin. Yeah, Drillbit was mentioning it before.
Drill has it, or he was?
Yeah, he has it. Drill has it.
Okay. Let me check his playlist. It's probably in there. Next time I'll have all this stuff at the ready. Knock in plugins. Your playlist.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the name of the plugin, actually.
What is it? Oh, Knock. Yeah, it is Knock. It is Knock. Albums and singles. We don't create it. Decap White, collabs, interview, guest judges, shorts, DAWs. I think it's under DAWs, but because every click takes a year and a day on this thing. Official releases, tutorials, gear, free plugins, cap. All right, let's do one more search. Decap Logic Pro.
Oh yeah. See what pops up there. Because I think he uses Ableton, I believe.
I think so. I think you might be right. It's not. Ableton Live versus FL
Ableton Live versus
Studio.
FL Studio versus the DAWs. What's that?
I don't. Hold on.
I don't. Who want the smoke? You know what I'm saying?
I know for a fact.
Who want the smoke?
I know for a fact that's not it. Or maybe it is. I don't think
that sound like smoke. That sound like smoke talk.
We can definitely open that up, and I'm gonna put it on the side though. How is the MacBook M1?
Yeah, backhanded Future Flex coming up.
Crazy, perfect. Come on, gang, where are you?
Oh, makes a beat from scratch in FL Studio? Decap makes a beat from scratch?
Nah, it's worse than that. Worse than that. Great. Yo, Decap really gonna make me go through his damn what you call it?
The whole catalog, yeah.
Yeah, well, we finna do that.
Whole catalog, you know what I mean? There it is, Logic Pro X 10.5 pitch 808s.
That's Music Help Tech guy.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah,
all right.
That's not him. All I'm gonna go back to Decap's thing. I might as well do it on my phone because it's gonna be much faster. All right, Decap. Sound design. Okay, Decap. Decap. Go Decap. Videos. Okay. Processing hardware. How to achieve success. Music inspiration. How I created drums. Tips to making beat battles. Which MPC. How to deal with collabs. How to prevent tendinitis as a music producer. What the fuck is tendinitis? I forget what that shit is.
I guess your hands is all cramping.
Oh, yo, then I need
That's
to,
actually shoot.
yeah, I need to watch that.
I
later.
mean, shoot, I need to watch that just in general, just for playing drums too.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
It's that analog saturation, the saturation of vocals in Logic Pro X, copying sound toys decapitated with stock plugins. There you go. Boom.
Cradle Cat.
Let you know it could be done. Superiority.
Yeah, superiority, right? People,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the Logic users are coming around. They're seeing you know what we have to offer.
What you can do with the stock. I mean, yeah, just in-house stock, easy snacks.
How to make drums, what makes great drums, how to get back motivation, go to Voc, Decap, Soft Clipper, how to stay positive, what is the industry standard, version, how to make your kicks knock, 3 tips for producers, the best M1, Soft Clipper, 10 must have plugins, how to beat from scratch, how to turn kick in 808, Decap makes wavy bangers, up and coming. Hi-hats. You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm gonna play this video because I have a feeling. Because what I want to show you is a 2-part video. That's how, to me, that's how bad it is, right?
Okay.
And why you and I had that conversation earlier before the stream. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video while I look for the actual 2-part video, and hopefully he gives a snippet of what's being said.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I don't know if you're gonna like it, man.
Let's see what he has to say.
Let's see what's going on. Can you hear it?
Let's do a poll.
Yep.
What do you guys like better, FL Studio or Ableton? We're going to do a 1-minute poll. Let's see what's up. All right. Go ahead and answer the poll, y'all. FL or Ableton? Because I'm biased. That's why I'm asking. FL or Ableton? Oh, damn. Okay. Ableton's at 100% right now. Yeah, wow. Ableton is crushing FL. Damn.
Let me stop that right there. Hold on. Let me stop that right there. Hold on. So keep in mind, this man's credentials up until the point I viewed that video that I'm looking for. This man is reputable in the industry, just all around, right? This man, he done been through the mud since back in the day to get to where he's at right now.
Grinding. Yeah.
He's that cat. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows about sounds and all that good stuff and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Definitely about sound design and everything. I mean, he's one of the GOATs.
Yeah. So this little poll here, where it's a complete landslide. These are his demographic that probably use Ableton anyway. That is true. That is true. But I mean, he also uses FL. I think he uses other DAWs. I think Ableton is just his go-to. You know what I'm saying? But let's hear the rest of these. Let's hear the rest of this.
I think I seen a post too where he said it doesn't matter.
He did a what?
What DAW you use? I think I seen a post where he was saying, I think it was on IG, to where he said it doesn't matter with what DAW you use. It just depends on you and your creativity, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Which is true, but it's like, okay, well, what DAW helps you get to better creativity faster?
Facts.
So, but no, I could dig it. So yeah, let's hear what he has.
All right.
It looks like the results are in. Ableton is the winner. We got 19 votes for Ableton, 2 for FL. That was just a little bit of fun. The reality is everybody knows that I do Ableton tips and tricks. Most people in here are Ableton users. We have some FL users.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
people in here use Ableton. So everyone's going to be biased towards the DAW they use. Now, the truth of the matter is I've been using Ableton since 2007. So I've been using Ableton for a long time. So I know Ableton real well. I've learned the ins and outs of it. I took the time in 2018 and I used FL for the entire year, meaning I hardly touched Ableton at all, only when I had to open up a session. But I was fully in FL 2018 and even some of 2019. What I realized is FL is dope as FL is a dope DAW. It's a lot of fun to use. There are things I prefer about Ableton, but there are
If you guys look at his eyes, clearly he's high. He's been smoking a little too much. But, and his snot box is growing like Pinocchio. So he on it right now. But,
You know what I'm saying?
let's let this man finish.
It's cap decap to be exact. All right, well, go ahead.
Yeah.
There are some things that are great about FL too that I actually prefer. I like, for example, the channel rack, how you program drums. I like the GUI of FL. FL just feels fun. It's just a feel-good DAW. It feels intuitive. The piano roll in FL is super clean. The graphics are clean. The
Give him that.
stock plugins in FL
Piano
are
roll.
real good. The distortion plugins are
What?
good. The
Like I said, my man smoking. He's smoking
okay.
that
right.
ooh wee. He's smoking that.
That boy off the
Yeah, he on one right now. But we'll let him finish.
No, okay. You know what I mean? No, wait. Well, hold on. Like everything piano roll, and that's what I'm saying. I say it all the time. Shout out to FL's piano roll. Shout out to their piano roll. Piano roll fire.
I give the piano roll two
When he went to
things.
stock plugins, my guy. Word.
Yeah, listen. I agree with you on the piano roll situation. Two things with the piano roll with FL that I give them kudos for that we don't have. Well, we have one, but FL's is just better, right? Which is the clicking in of the notes, right? With FL, like when I would click into FL, it just seemed like it's like the mouse, even though you're a little bit off, the mouse knows or FL knows this is where you want that note to go. It never really goes off the line or the bar or the beat that you want it to be on.
Which could be the gift and the curse.
Which can be a gift and a curse. With Logic, it has very good precision when you have it on Smart. It'll do the same thing, but with FL it's just a little bit more fluid. It's hard to explain. But the clicking of the notes.
The FL for me personally, like the FL piano roll, like which I do like is that just the actual access of the whole piano roll that you have once you're in it. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we could do that, we can make those adjustments on Logic.
Mm-hmm.
But the main one is how you can individually tweak the glide note of the individual note. So like if I have one note going to another and I want it to glide down at a certain millisecond rate, I can fine tune that one glide for the rate that I want it, and then do any other glides and everything accordingly. That part, fire.
Wait,
and that's
are you saying that Logic can't do that?
Well, Logic can't do it to the extent and the seamlessness that FL can.
I've never seen it done. So can you is it seamless? Like how long?
For instance, like for instance, you know how like and I'm pretty sure Logic, by the time the next update of Logic comes out with this, is probably gonna be, that Logic Pro 11 is probably going to destroy everything. It's probably not going to be close. But what I'm saying is that, all right, like for instance, like how we have like our 808s and we set it to a specific, glide millisecond or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be in the sampler, whether it be in the sampler or whether it be in Alchemy or whatever. Mm-hmm. We have those settings, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dope thing about FL is that each glide you can have on a different setting. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when you're clicking in on the piano roll, you can go to the glide. All right, for this glide, I want it, I want a long glide. I want it, 75 milliseconds, something crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for this glide, I want it back, or everything after that when I want it back to 55 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or I want this quick one and I want this quick glide at 25. But you could do that on each individual note.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So what they're just clicking on
Superdome
they're clicking on the node and a window opens up and they just configure it through that small window.
They can click to the note and they go to the glide on that note and then fine tune the glide for the note instead of fine tuning the glide on the sample of the 808 and the sampler or whatever.
I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing. You know what we're gonna have to do, right? We're gonna have to curate a list of all the things we feel that FL can do, either do that we can or can do better than we can. For example, what you're talking about here, because I feel like it can be done.
Now, well, here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing about that. Not having that ability that way, we have the ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we just add more notes. You can add more notes. You know what I'm saying? Might add more connecting notes or take away connecting notes.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have came up with my quote unquote signature glides and rolls if I had that feature on Logic, that seamless. So sometimes troubleshooting and sometimes less is more. Sometimes you end up finding gems when you don't have everything at your disposal at a click as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I ended up having, and creating my own style of using glides and, and Logic because I didn't have that feature, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have access to that feature that seamlessly, you know what I'm saying? That easy access to that feature.
Mm-hmm.
And now I could get the effect. I could get whatever effect I want with the glides and Logic, you know what I'm saying? At the same as FL, but I do like that feature to where you can actually fine tune each note, for the, glide time. And like, if you want it to be like something real rigid or something smooth or glide downwards, glide upwards, you know what I'm saying? That's really cool. And their piano roll in general is goated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't front.
Yeah.
And you can draw, and the way you can draw on the velocity on the piano roll.
Yeah, that was it. That was another one too. So FL's velocity manipulation, while we have a pretty good one, theirs is just way more fluid. You know what I mean? Like
for
ours is linear, right? Where theirs is just like you can do curves like in just one felt stroke. Ours it has to be, going, top to bottom or, bottom to top. You can't really curve it in one stroke. You would have to do one side and then kind of it's
and go to the next note after that and do it again.
Yeah. And then the last thing that they have that we definitely don't have, and I'm still doing research to see maybe there's a short key that does it, is I don't even know the term of it, right? So they'll put an eighth note in the piano roll for like a hi-hat, right? And then they'll cut the hi-hat to make it like a 16th roll or something like that. And then they'll hit a button at the top, I think, or right click it or something, or double click it. I don't know what they're triggering. And then it'll take all of those chops and scale it down the piano roll.
I know. And then it's like you don't even have to do it on a particular note either. Like they have like a free note to where it could be as seamless as you want it. You know what I'm saying? You could literally freehand the velocity.
Yeah, that's So that's what we're missing in the piano roll. Other than that, I mean,
but stock sounds, nah.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on about stock sounds for days.
Stock sounds, no. That like Logic is by far superior when it comes to stock sounds. Inbox, and that's before Alchemy.
Oh yeah, for
ES2
sure.
is serving.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
ES2 is serving. All the other synths are serving. Synths, it's not even close.
I gotta be honest with you, my boy. I'm gonna keep playing Homeboy's joint. I can't find this cat's. I can't find the 2-part video. I'm kind of getting tired of looking at this point. So let's hope it's in
That
here.
this is it.
Yeah, let's hope this is it. But I'll keep, until then, I'll keep searching.
GUIs are so intuitive and fun to use. The things I don't like so much about FL is there's a lot of windows. Every time you want to do something, you have to load up a new window. Things just seem disorganized coming from Ableton. Ableton just feels clean, organized, everything's in one window. For the way I like to work, I just prefer everything being clean and organized in Ableton. This could be biased, but because I've been using Ableton for a long time, I'm just fast in Ableton. And everything being streamlined, key commands, all these things really just contribute to my workflow in Ableton. I learned FL through and through, and there's a lot of amazing features in it. Not enough to make me switch from Ableton to FL. I prefer recording audio in Ableton. It just feels more straightforward. The biggest L for FL, editing audio is weak.
Yo, y'all need to sit. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. He's just saying the biggest L. But trust me,
Yeah.
us Logic super users can find more than one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's hear what this man got
And
to
he's
say.
saying that as a Ableton, which is that's their strong suit for sure.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
audio manipulation for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. Let's go.
The audio editing in FL is real weak to me. That cut tool.
Hades is ready for war. Look at him. He
Yo,
instigating.
I just don't care. Like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
he a cold man too, though. Like in one breath, he's bigging up FL, and the next breath, yeah, this shit trash. Like the audio,
Yeah,
manipulation
super
is
weak.
super weak,
Wait,
super weak. All right, let's see what we got.
hilarious.
Tool,
Hilarious.
I'm just not feeling it. Editing audio in Ableton is good. Not as good as Pro Tools. I prefer editing audio in Pro Tools. That's my favorite editing DAW. But Ableton, it's pretty good. Ableton is super modular. I know with Patcher and FL, you can get pretty modular. I've seen people like Laxity, different people who stream who get super creative with FL. Here's another thing about FL. You buy it once and you have it for life. You can't say that about Ableton. With Ableton, you have to buy it every upgrade. And sometimes they become obsolete.
Whoa.
There are definitely
What was
I
that?
did not know that. I did not know that.
Wait, what did he say?
He said that you have to buy Ableton every upgrade.
Is that right?
Yes, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I thought it was a once and you're done. But I'm not surprised. You know why? Because I was watching a video. It was like a documentary about Reason and how Reason at one time was like a superior DAW. Like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the respect that like you had like the interface had the full console, like the full SSL console on the thing. You had all the knobs and everything. It looked like a real trackboard in the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you were able to reroute your patches and all that stuff. You see the wiring come down. Like
Yep.
it was somewhat almost ahead of its time, right? And then all of a sudden they started falling behind with the software where FL and Logic and things like that started advancing. Then they
Yeah.
decided to charge more to make up for the loss in clientele, and then decided to go to a subscription base and charge even more. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think only FL and Logic. I don't know about the other DAWs, but I know FL and Logic. It's once the updates come through, they come through.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
crazy. I didn't know Ableton charged for every update.
Wait,
Like, you had-
does FL does just live updates, or they have to reinstall?
No,
the new
FL,
version?
no, he was just said it. He was just saying like FL, you buy it one time and it's yours for life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what he said he liked about that. And he said, with Ableton. And I did not know that. That's crazy.
But you don't. It doesn't have to be a forced update. It can just be. You can turn off the update. Like if I'm on a current version of FL and I don't want the latest update they have, I can stop that from happening.
Right. Got
Okay.
you. Right. Yeah, because we're just gonna forget about FL11. We're just not gonna mention that. Sorry, FL guys. Sorry.
I gotta get some shots
bad.
fired sound effects in this thing, man. All right, let's move
My
on.
bad.
Perks about FL.
FL11 never happened.
I personally prefer using Ableton, almost in every case. But every time I open FL, I'm like, this is a fun DAW. It is fun working in FL. So for anyone who uses FL, look, it's a great DAW. You can make hit records in FL. I would say there's probably more hit records being made in FL Studio than even in Ableton, at least in the urban hip hop world. Does that matter? No, because you can make a hit record in Ableton, you can make a hit record in FL, you
Well,
can make a
it's
hit record
more
in Pro
records
Tools,
in
you
general
can make a hit
being
record
made
in
in FL,
Reaper, you
though.
can make a hit
So-
record in Bitwig, you can make a hit record in GarageBand or Logic or Reason. Whatever you use, just learn it through and through, learn it completely, learn it fully, grasp your tools, learn how the plugins work, watch YouTube videos. How does the compressor work? How does the saturator work? How does the glue compressor work? How does erosion work? How does FL Maximus work? How does the soft clipper work? Learn about all these tools and learn your DAW, whether it's FL, Ableton, Reaper, Pro Tools, Reason, Logic, whatever it is, just learn your DAW. A lot of people ask me what's better. It's whatever you have. And with that said, I recommend if you haven't dove into a DAW yet, you haven't picked a DAW, get the trial versions. If you watch my videos and you're like, yo, I really like how modular Ableton is. Yo, I really like how Ableton looks. It's just simple and it looks kind of like
it's never gonna
Excel.
be that.
If you like that, then jump.
What was that?
No, it's not gonna be it. Nobody's gonna say I like how Ableton looks.
Nah, absolutely not. Is that what he
It's
said?
aesthetically the ugly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
aesthetically the ugliest DAW. But
That nigga-
I love the way it sounds.
That joint looked like an Excel spreadsheet. That's what it looked like.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. That's what he said. He's like, I love the way it looks like an Excel.
And for the record, I found the 2 videos. So if he doesn't mention it here, and we don't necessarily need to watch them all, I just need to get him to the point where he says what he says.
Jump into Ableton.
Okay, cool.
I'll tell you what, Ableton has looked the same for about 20 years. Now,
Exactly.
is that a bad thing? I don't think so. I think it just keeps me focused on the music because I'm not busy looking at how good the DAW looks. It doesn't matter to me. For me, it's about the creative output. It's about me making a beat. It's about me mixing a song. It's about me creating something. I don't need to have an inspiring looking
He's
DAW.
simping. He's simping.
And the reason I say
gonna
that is
simp on
because
a DAW.
it's almost better if you're not looking at your DAW to get inspired. You're hearing the music. You want to listen to the sounds coming out of your speakers and not be too tripped up by what you see on the screen.
That's a fact because I was watching
Okay.
something.
No, yeah, I give him that.
It was mixing masters, and this engineer, like Grammy-winning engineer and all that stuff. OG.
Yeah.
He said the same thing. He said, "Yo, you need to try to mix without your monitor. So turn the monitor off. Turn the monitor off.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah,
and
that's
and,
hard.
and mix that way." And I'm guilty of that too. I spend so much time staring at the monitor, and because I'm a numbers guy, right? I'm a numbers
I can literally
guy.
look at the screen.
I
and
can
know
look
if
at the
it's gonna
screen.
sound-
Exactly. Like I'm a numbers guy at the end of the day, right? So, like for example, the gain staging of all the levels when you're mixing, right? So the hi-hats will be at 9, the snare and the clap are at 3, the perks are at whatever, the 808 is the loudest and all that stuff. Like there's certain numbers and levels that everything's at. I'm a numbers guy. So that's what I'm looking at before anything else. If I'm looking at a waveform and I'm listening to the beat, I'm more focused on what's on the screen versus what's coming out of the speakers. So homeboy was like, yo, just kill the monitor and just go off of the speakers when you're mixing. And if you have if you have a MIDI controller that has the faders and everything like that, you should be able to do your mix off of that because you're not going to have any visual aid, right? You should be able to do your mix off that, or just if you let's say if you're using FL, instead of having the whole transport screen with the regions and everything like that, just maximize
Just have
the
your
mixer. Yeah, just maximize the mixer alone. Don't stare at the mixer, but maximize the mixer and just mix that way. Don't look at the mixer unless you have to pull something up to tweak something based on what you're hearing on the speaker.
Absolutely.
You know
No,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no, I agree with that 100%. And like all that matters is what's coming out the speakers at the end of the day.
So he's speaking facts right now. I give him that. He's speaking facts.
Shout out B man. I see you, my boy. What's good?
What's good, gang? OG, triple
B-Man
OG,
pulled up.
OG, triple,
Let's go.
triple. You already know. All right, let's see.
Screen. Long story short, whatever you use, learn it to the fullest. They're all good. And you can make hits on all of them. You can make great music on all of them. Try them all. See what you prefer. Maybe you'll like the rack look of Reason, where you can patch different devices together. And
I was
cable
in
things
love
together. Maybe you're a
with the
Mac
patch
user
look.
and you have an M1 computer
Yeah, I
and
got a
you want
homie that
something
was
like Logic
super
where
nice
you can
in
track
Reason.
vocals and
I almost
compose.
went
Maybe
Reason
you're more of a
first.
composer type, less of a sound designer, more of a composer. Logic might suit you well for that because Logic is built around composition.
All right, let me stop. Let me stop it right there.
Well,
let me stop. Let me stop.
wait, hold on.
hold up. Let me stop it right there. Let me stop it right there. Cause shit about to get real salty.
Yeah.
Shit about to get real salty.
No, but he said it. He said what he said, and he just didn't want to acknowledge the full saying of what he said.
I'm telling
Because
you.
it's like you're a composer, you're a better composer because Logic, you don't have to worry about sound design because the sounds are already superior out the box.
Listen, like I said earlier, man, y'all FL cats that got sensitive skin, y'all need to pull y'all skirts up, man, and just kind of accept the fact. But unfortunately, that applies to every other DAW. We are not excluded, and you're gonna see why.
Not so much around sound design, although you can learn the sound design in Logic. With Ableton, maybe you perform live. Maybe you do live Twitch streams where you're.
All right, he's just stuck on Ableton. I found the video. Let's just get down to brass taxes here. All
All
right,
right, let's get it.
all right. You see the title, bro? The first two.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wait.
that
Now,
that
hold
right.
on, hold on. Before we even, just by reading these,
Mhm.
now did you see that post? Wayne Wade, you know what I'm saying? The goated Pro Tools engineer, goated Pro Tools mixer, Pro Tools user engineer.
Yeah.
He went over the best sounding DAWs.
Yeah, I remember that post.
Remember
Yeah.
I sent that to you.
Yeah, I
And
remember that post.
And he's like Pro Tools through and through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the best sounding DAW, what he said was lunar, so whatever.
Yeah, Lunar. Yeah,
But
I
they
think
said,
so.
but the second one before that one, because they probably cut the check low key.
Mhm.
But he said the one before that one was
Logic.
Logic.
Mm-hmm.
Was
Right.
Logic. So which in essence is the best sounding DAW.
Oh,
period.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
But no, yeah, okay, no, but yeah, let's hear this. Let's hear this nonsense.
All right.
He's smart though. He getting them clicks. He sound like
Yo,
he wanna go to war.
he
You know
got
what
my
I'm saying?
click. He got my
Yeah,
click
you know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
He sound like he want to go to war. He want to have the DAW war. You know what I mean?
He got
But
my
he's
click.
smart. He getting them
So
clicks.
you want
though,
to become
you
a
know
got
what
video
my
I'm
click
creator,
for
but aren't
sure.
sure where to start.
saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? I see what he doing. You know what I'm saying? That's slick.
Go to artgrid.io and get all the footage you need to tell your story.
All right, here we go. The suspense is killing me.
Why Logic X Sounds Engine suck? What?
Are we not playing? Only took 2 hours to
Because they
find
know
the
it's
video.
nonsense.
There we go.
Why do Logic beats not hit as hard as Ableton? My understanding of DAWs is if you bring in an audio file into Ableton, and then you bring an audio file into Logic, if it's the same exact file with no effects and nothing, those two files are going to sound identical in both DAWs, for the most part. Maybe Logic might turn it down a little bit, or if you bring it into simpler, the level might be a little quieter. But when people start saying drums hit harder in this DAW or that DAW, you got to really look at all of the elements that could be affecting it. For one, when you load a sound in the FL Studio, by default, it's a little bit quieter. So that's something to keep in mind. If you load a sound into Simpler and then you pitch it, it actually sounds bad by default in Simpler. I talked on my stream about how to make it sound good. I have a couple things. If the kick you're bringing in to Logic, and this is a real thing, this is where the sound engine really does differ. Logic cannot support 32-bit files getting imported in. So if you have a kick drum that's over the
I mean, but they can support 32 now. But I mean, but they support 64. So I mean,
they do.
superiority-
So
superiority.
this is where, because keep in mind, I fell on him after watching Pain One interviewing him, and we had talked about getting the drum kit together for LPG, and you and I had the discussion about how tedious creating a good drum kit was, right? It's not like a 1, 2, 3 kit thing unless you wanted to
Right.
just take the generic Zay or Spins 808, just reprocess
Do
it,
some minor
right?
tweaks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I watched the Pain One joint, and I said, you know what? Let me find him on YouTube and see what's good. And then I saw, watched a couple of his joints, and I mean, the man has been doing this for decades, so I mean, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then me being curious, I fall on this shit. Logic sucks. I'm like, why? And as I'm watching, when he gets to this part, this is where I started having concerns, and I had the conversation with you earlier, because if that is the case, right, that would explain a lot when I'm getting melodies from certain producers that use FL, and I bring it into Logic. Like if you just play it within like the Finder window or like the folder
Right, the
window,
browser, yeah.
right, it plays fine. Once you drag it into Logic, I notice that I get a lot of clicking, especially if the producer is boosting that signal, not really slamming the ceiling, but they're boosting it to where it's right on top. It's right there on the top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it starts to clip on the major transients of that waveform. Now I can make the same exact melody, or have that producer make the same exact melody within Logic, and it won't clip.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
my concern is that when we know that Logic has the ability to do that, but is it doing that? And if it's not doing that, how much are we sacrificing in the production, right? Because if his melody sounds fire with no clipping, no nothing in the browser before I even drag it in, but then I drag it into Logic, and then the shit starts tweaking, that's a problem. Because one, I can't use that because I'm not going to sit there and surgically remove all those clips. I mean, I could do it, but it would take me some time.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able
Well, and
to
that's
use
also another reason why they say musicians use Logic. You know what I'm saying? Because we're probably the ones creating the loops.
that's
To
a
be
fact.
honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But at the same time, yeah, I mean, Logic supports 64-bit, you know what I'm saying, and not 32-bit. You know what I mean? Which is bittersweet. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, now I think they support 32-bit as well now. Now I know back the one I used to use, like my favorite Logic that I used to use was 10.3. You know what I'm saying? They didn't support 32-bit synths or anything. You know what I'm saying, coming in. But I mean, like he said on his last video, all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go over all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go over all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go over all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go over all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go
This thing is locking up on me. Something's happening.
over all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go
This thing is locking up on me. Something's happening.
over all that matters is what's coming out the speakers. So if you want to go
This thing is locking up on me. Something's happening. What's going on
over
here?
all that matters is what's coming out the speakers.
Hold up. What's going on here?
All that matters is what's coming out the speakers.
What the fuck? Hold up. on here?
All that mid was coming out the speakers.
What the fuck? Hold up. Miff, can you hear me?
Absolutely. Drill bit, and the drill bit shows up. Drill bit shows up. Or drill bit, and the drill bit shows up. Drill bit shows up. Or
Yeah, it's still spinning. I'm gonna stop the share for a second. Things were getting good.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's still delaying. I didn't click on anything. Oh, I know what the problem is. I think I might have unmuted one of the live streams because keep in mind we got 3 live streams running.
Right. That's what it sounded like. What it was, but it was still looping though. That's the crazy thing.
So I gotta find out which one it is.
Drill bit. FL guys didn't want to smoke.
FL sabotaging LPG right now.
For real. You know what I'm saying? It's like we still love you guys. You guys are great.
I found the problem. All right, so I accidentally clicked on the Twitch monitor browser.
Oh, okay.
And it was playing everything back. My bad, y'all. Let me reshare. That was freaky and scary. Like,
no, but it was looping the point I was trying to make, so that was good. It was all dope.
I fucking drill that shit in, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What matters is what's coming out them speakers.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want to critique my mixes, go right ahead.
That's a fact. All right. Get the okay, so share is up. Let's get back to
this preposterous
I mean,
accusation.
I couldn't sleep that night, my guy. That's how bad it was for me. Like, just because it's concerning. I mean, like, I got to run some tests. I got to do some R&D on my end to make sure Homeboy. Because keep in mind, while Homeboy got the credentials and he's been doing this since day one, he's also using Ableton.
But don't look. At the end of the day, all you got to do R&D is just listen to your mixes and everybody else's mixes.
Yeah.
That's the R&D right there.
Yeah.
Are your joints hitting when it play?
But
you know
it's also even before this, it was a concern I was having as well, and we're gonna touch on that as well. Let's let this man finish before I shut him down completely.
32-bit. If you load it into FL Studio, it's going to be perfect. You can turn it down, play it, turn it up, whatever. Ableton, when you mix down in 32-bit, it will maintain being a 32-bit kick. However, with Logic, when you load in a kick that's over 0 decibels, it literally will change it to a 24-bit file, and the top of the kick will get completely cut off. If you're using kicks that go above 0
Oh, you mean like a soft
decibels,
clipper?
It's not going to sound as good in Logic.
Hold up, because I had to change my headphones. What did he say about the shaving the top?
He said when you go, when you drag it into Logic, it turns in, it takes it from a 32-bit to 24-bit and shaves off the top of the transient. And I was like, oh, you mean like a soft clipper? What a soft clipper does?
Yeah, but okay. So that's exactly what a soft clipper does. But if we're dragging in a melody, so what he's saying is exactly what's happening to me. So if he's saying this and you're saying we have that capability, that means that there's something that's not configured properly on my setup.
Well, see, and look, oh yeah, Drillbit just said it. He said that's cap only if you have a normalization check. So you can uncheck the normalization for when you bounce your joints out.
Normalization is
And it
supposed to be
won't.
on or off when you're bouncing out. Because I have it off.
I do both. I have it off, and then sometimes I have it on. It just depends.
But
It
I don't-
depends on the joint.
I don't think it has anything to do with normalization because, again, I'm hearing the clipping during the composition, during the mixing phase, during all that other good stuff. So I don't think,
okay.
this is not a bounce situation. This has to do with when I'm in the when we're in the composition, the melody is clipping. If I drag the melody anywhere else, it plays fine. Now keep in mind, I use the enveloper on the melody, right? Just to boost
Absolutely,
those
right,
transients.
right.
Even when I kill the enveloper, I'm still hearing the clipping. I thought it was the envelopers, and it's not that. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see what other
Logic actually changes the bit depth of that sound. That's the problem I have with Logic. That's one reason why I don't use Logic. If you bring a sound into Logic that's 32-bit, it will automatically change it over to 24-bit. Someone like me who does sound design, sometimes there might be a time when I will mix something down above 0 decibels. And I'll want to go back to it later and work on it, do some shit. That's just how I work. I work above 0 decibels sometimes. But a program like Logic is literally not built to be able to handle that. So if I load that...
Let me stop you right there, Brody.
Cap.
Let me stop you right there, Brody. You really pissing me off. Let me stop you right there. All right. I'm gonna stop you right there. Just keep in mind before we put our foot in our mouths and stand behind what we say. You're 150,000% sure that we support it, right? I would think so at this point with the versions that we're on.
Right.
All right. So now, off the top of your head, do you know where that would be configured? Would that be in preferences? And if so, where in preferences? Would it be audio?
I'm guessing.
I'm afraid to launch.
I'm guessing
my joint.
I would go. Let me see. I'll launch mine.
Because if what you're saying is correct and we do have it, which I do believe we do, and it's just something that I didn't configure on my end.
And then, you know what's going to really shut down this whole conversation though?
What?
Is that okay? So how is that going to apply when we're talking about full records? Let's hear a full record conducted into Ableton and FL. And let's hear a full record on Logic and see it, and have a bit rate, a bit depth conversation about that. And we're talking about what we can hear and what sounds better coming out the speakers. In the discussion.
That's a fact.
Period.
That's a fact.
But I'm gonna go, just to behoove, what I'm saying, just to behoove this nonsense. I'm gonna go to
these shenanigans.
I'm gonna go to let's see, I'm gonna go into preferences and go no, not there. We don't want to go there. That's the sauce area. All right. Okay, summing, high precision, 64-bit, playback tracks. Let's go here. Okay, we go to low latency node here. Editing, IO assignments. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're not going to even have a conversation about 3D mixing. Where's that at?
Yeah, we're not even gonna listen.
Yeah,
we're not even gonna go the Dolby Atmos route. We're not even gonna do that to y'all.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're not gonna.
And that goes for all the dogs. We ain't gonna do that to y'all. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that in the tuck.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Now recording file type. Right now audio. I have mine at AIFF and 24-bit, but they have an option where you can click it and unclick it.
Yeah, but
so if I'm unclicking, I'm guessing that it can be whatever bit rate that is coming in, or whatever you can avert it to whatever bit rate is coming in. I'm guessing.
Where are you seeing that? Where in preferences?
I'm in the recording. I'm in preferences and go to audio, but then go to recording.
But again,
After audio.
but again, keep in mind we're not recording, getting the clipping. We're just taking in audio. So whatever the setting would be, I got Logic up on my screen. Maybe you could walk me through where you're seeing this. Wherever what the,
Oh yeah, the flex. I see what you're doing.
yeah.
You had to. You had to one time.
Fully loaded MacBook Pro M1 Max coming soon. You better watch out. I ain't playing with y'all. All right,
Drill just put something in the Twitch. You put a link in the Twitch saying that explaining the settings and how to configure.
all right,
Logic
hold
works at 32-bit float internally. Yeah.
on, hold on, let me.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to it. Things are moving a little slow here, Brody. Just bear with me. That's why I had to order the 5K MacBook Pro M1 Max. You know what I mean? 64 core, dedicated CPU, GPU, Apple CPU, GPU.
Yeah. Talk to him. Yeah.
You feel me?
Talk to him.
I mean,
Talk to him real quick.
Yeah, PC goofs. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. He put it in the chat. You said
And yeah, in the Twitch chat.
it's a link, or he just because I see a whole.
Yeah, it's a
summary
link.
here. That explains the settings and how to configure. Logic works 32-bit float internally. When you make a recording, your AD would clip anything over 0 dBFS. On playback, you can push the tracks way louder, actually into the red. But here's the catch: it has to, at some point, come out into the real world and pass through your DA to get to the real world.
Exactly.
Oh, it's a
And that's
okay.
why-
I see the link now. I see the link. Hold on, click it. I see the link. So yeah, you can set bitrate depth under preferences. Record. Yes, I think you were right. By default, Logic
Yeah,
the depth
I was
is
right.
16.
Yeah, in the
you can
recording.
choose 24 by checking the box in the recording menu. 24
Exactly, and I'll check it,
lower
yeah.
noise floor, while file size will be slightly larger.
There it is. There it is.
So
Next, what else you got, Decap?
So homeboy is complaining that FL bounces of 32-bit when it comes into Logic, they get dumbed down to 24, right?
You have it checked.
If you
have
have it
that checked in your setting and your preferences.
All right, so let me just see if I have that checked, because maybe that's the
I
problem.
did. I had
on my
mine
end.
checked. I had mine checked. Yeah,
All right,
I had mine checked.
recording.
Since you guys want to send things in clipping. All right, cool.
So just to be clear, it needs to be checked, right? Or it needs to be unchecked.
Unchecked if you want it to come, if things to come in as they are. So if you have a 32-bit coming in
Mhm.
that you're dragging in, uncheck it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I would uncheck it and try those same loops or whatever and melodies that you have,
Yeah.
and then drag them in and see what's up.
Yeah. You know what? I got to do it. I can't. I mean, he's nephew. I love him to death. I ain't gonna do it to him. He nephew though. You already know who it is, right? He sent me a pack. Well, I mean, I think he has a distribution list for certain cats to like
Yeah.
get his loops out. He has, I think he has May's pack sent out, and I've been sitting on that for a minute. I want to cook up with it, so that'll be a good test. That'll be a good test for this to see.
Absolutely.
Because like I said, the melodies are fire. Never have complaints with his melodies. I mean, he's goated when it comes to melodies. But
Yeah.
every now and then, when he uses those instruments that have really sharp transients, it just clips the hell out of the lane. And no matter what I do, I can't stop the clipping. I even put a compressor on there to try to see if I could tame it. Nothing. The last resort is to surgically remove it. And I was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna do it. I'm just gonna put this project aside until I can figure out what the problem is. So, all right, let me close.
So that would
this
be
out.
it. There's your answer right there.
Yeah. Maybe we should respond back to him and be like, "Yo, Goofy, check the check this link. check this
Oh
link.
yeah, he's ready for the smoke.
Yo, I ain't fucking playing.
He's ready
B.
for this. He's ready for
Like
the
I
smoke.
said, don't take it personally. This is all in good fun.
It's all love. Yeah, it's all love.
But if you got
But
if
when
you don't,
when you speaking unfactual, you speaking crazy.
yeah, you know what I mean. We got
You know what I'm
to
saying?
talk to you like you goofy, like you one of them dun niggas. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
but yeah, man. I mean, if you don't have thick skin, spin the block. Go ahead. All right, let's hear the rest of this
Good luck.
nonsense. It's nonsense, blasphemy.
For real. A two-part video.
He had the
I see
nerve
what
to
he
make
doing.
2 parts of this, bro.
No, I see what he doing.
That sound like
He
logic,
wanted the
it's gonna
clicks. He wanted the
completely
goats to
make
come
it
talk to him.
unusable. That's my
Well,
problem with
hi, how you
Logic.
doing?
Other than that, I hear a lot of good things about it for producers. I work differently. I do sound design. I produce. Logic does not support sounds over 0 decibels. I'm not one to say
Didn't
Well,
Drill?
that's cap.
That's Cap because Drill just put.
That's decap, literally.
Yo, my man, he tweaking. This nigga tweaking. All right, let's continue with the shenanigans.
that one DAW has a better sound engine than another, but to be real, basically what I'm saying is Logic's sound engine sucks.
Yo,
And that,
yo.
He wants to smoke.
Yo,
He wants to smoke.
I'm about to go to the trunk real quick.
Yo, he wants
I'm about
to
to go
smoke.
to the trunk with yo. Wow,
Man.
disrespectful. My man
And
making
I
beats.
I use some of your sounds, and they sound great in my law, which is Logic.
You ain't gonna be getting J Miss business no more.
Ah,
You just lost a customer. You know what I mean?
dang! I thought we was cool, brother.
Wow, disrespectful. It's all right though.
Now you want the smoke. Now, all right.
When the time is right, I'm not gonna waste time responding to him, but I will be responding to him. I'm gonna leave a nice, long, detailed message for him. Maybe we should have Drill do it. Drill will rip him a new one.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Drill's ready for the smoke.
Drill
He's ready for
rip
the internet
a new
smoke
one.
for sure.
Yeah, ready.
See, look. He already.
that's why it
he already
sucks. The
cooking.
reason Logic's sound engine sucks is because it does not support 32-bit files when you drag them in. Compared to FL Studio, compared to Ableton, and other DAWs, Logic sound engine sucks.
All right.
I'm gonna
So what I'm gonna say is that you just didn't know how to
wants to
do the
smoke. He
research.
wants to smoke.
This, yo,
Right.
my man specifically said, yo, take time to know your DAW, know what it does, so you can use it.
Yo.
Clearly, you didn't fucking do that shit, because if you did, you would have found that fucking checkbox and did. Come on,
No,
man.
he knows. Look at his face right now. He wants smoke. He wants
Come
smoke.
on, look at his snot box, man. He look like Pinocchio lying like I'm. I'm done with this
Damn.
cat, B. I'm done with this cat, man. I'm gonna let him. I'm done with this cat, man. I'm gonna let him finish though. I'm gonna let him finish. Just like less
Yeah,
than a
go ahead
minute.
and cook.
Yeah,
Go ahead
let
and
him.
cook.
Let him
Yeah, you
finish.
know what I mean? You got the click. You
Straight
got
up.
us the click. All
But
right, we hear
on the
you.
other hand, if you work in 24-bit, then it's totally fine. It's the same as any other DAW. My beef with Logic is I cannot load in a 32-bit file without that file getting compressed down, the bit depth changed to 24-bit. For me, it's a big deal because I do sound design. For someone who just produces and works with the samples in Logic and never loads in a 32-bit file, that might be fine for them. But for me, it ain't it. I work in 32-bit float. Logic
No,
does
I'm
work in
about to make a
32-bit.
beat with all
when you're in
32-bit
it.
files.
What was that?
I'm about to make a beat with all 32-bit files in Logic,
Yeah, we should do that. And then send him
and then send it to him.
send it to him with the comments from Drill.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, have him
Yeah.
have him spaz out in caps like he did with the Omnisphere situation and the IK Multimedia.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Let me just go in and turn. Let me just go
But
and turn
you
my
can't bring in a
24-bit off.
32-bit file. That's backwards to me. In 2021, all DAWs should, in my opinion, support 32-bit. And that's why I do not use Logic, and I'm just not interested. I got Pro Tools. That's my thought. Anyone can argue this with me, but if a DAW does not support
good.
32-bit, it's handicapped. If I can't load in a
Good.
kick drum that's 32-bit without it changing the bit depth to 24-bit, in my opinion, it's handicapped. That's my thought.
So that's part one.
Yo, he better hope.
Oh, smoke is on. No, smoke is on. It's already on.
He better hope I
Smoke
never
is on.
see him in person. He better hope.
No,
that
no, no, no.
shit-
The smoke is on. The smoke is on.
Let me find.
It's
this.
smoke.
Let me find the second one. He better hope we never cross paths. I'm gonna let him have it.
No, the smoke. It's already on. It's just too late.
The nerve of this cat.
Too late.
Hold on. I think, and the fact that he had to make, I don't remember what he said in the second part, but we're not even gonna sit through the whole thing because we got better things to do. But I definitely had to share this. So what we talked about earlier, I don't even think we need the request that I made. Now that we know, I mean, I'm gonna test the checkbox to make sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna drag the same exact sample that
Right, and just drag it in now. You should be straight.
Yeah. I believe everything happens for a reason, and the fact that my browser is locking up on me is because it's trying to say, stop fucking with this cat, man.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's talking nonsense. He's talking crazy.
He talking all kinds of
Talking
reckless.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to, you know what I mean? And then you want the smoke with Logic.
Yeah.
Specifically, directly, crazy.
He ain't about that life. Don't get me wrong. I give him all the credit. I give him all the credit for his, his accomplishments and all that other good stuff.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I rock with some of his sounds. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, another advocate of Logic was actually got me hip to his knock plugin that I was going to use. But I mean my daughters will support 32-bit files, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess we can't do it.
All right, can't do it, huh?
I guess we can't do it, Brody. Nerve of this cat. All right, hold on. Let me get the last one in here. Cats be killing me. But this is great, man. Listen, everyone is entitled. And just for the record, man, we ain't spinning the block on homeboy. We ain't gonna We ain't gonna punch him in his face.
We support dude.
Yeah, we ain't gonna punch him in his face for living. None of that stuff, man. Like everyone is entitled to their opinion. That's why our opinion, which is also fact, Logic Pro Global is the superior DAW, and we're here to prove it every week.
Exactly.
Wednesday night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. All right, so
straight up every Wednesday, and then that's when more and more live streams coming up.
Straight like that.
You know what I'm saying? But he did good. He got our attention. You know what I'm saying? Good job.
Well, he ain't see our post yet. So we want. I mean, the fear is that when I start pushing buttons, motherfuckers buttons, because like we said, Logic
setting up our
not Logic, FL is the go-to platform for producers, industry, and outside, right? So
makers, for sure.
So once I start pushing buttons, you're gonna have those cats that respect the opinion, right, and respect the perspective, because we're not just saying Logic is the superior DAW. We're also saying that Logic has some stuff that they need to work on, that FL doesn't, like the piano roll. You know what I'm saying? But all around, Logic is the superior DAW. But when I start,
that's what I'm saying. Like when you literally have only two, if two things be altered in the DAW, is all you have is two things. You know what I'm saying? That could be better and better than the DAW. It's a wrap. Like it's not even close. Logic, if you get the piano roll, well, one thing, but piano roll, because we just debunked this whole 32-bit nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the piano roll, you know what I'm saying? You make the piano roll, and then you make the piano roll is just as seamless, if not better, than FL. Then it's really not even close.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, and off topic, real quick. I just realized we forgot the crypto update. Long story short, the markets are down. It's been down. Yeah. There was some manipulation with Luna. I mean, that's all you really need to know. We ain't got to pull up the charts to see all that shit. Next week we'll pick up where we left off. But yeah, markets are down. Yeah, markets ain't doing too good.
Markets are down.
But that's the best time to go in and buy. So if you still haven't purchased anything, buy a couple dollars of a coin or Bitcoin or whatever, and stash that away. You know what I'm saying?
Just hold tight.
Yep. All right, let's see what he's saying here.
I made a statement that Logic sound engine sucks.
Let me stop that right there. You know what I just noticed too?
No, he's already sorry. Look at him. He's
you know what I just noticed too? Look where my mouse is right here. Look what that say. You see that?
Yeah, unlisted.
Unlisted. He knows. Clearly, he got some kind of backlash, and we're gonna look at the comments too right after.
Yep.
The backlash. He had to hide this bad boy.
You can see in his eyes right there. Like, I'm sorry. Like last one I said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He had to hide it.
Superior.
You have to go digging for it. That's why it took me so long to find it. You know what I'm saying? Because he had it unlisted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Some people saw it as educational, and some people got really angry at me.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Wild disrespectful. Ain't even got the facts. Come on, man.
Asking me to take the video down. Some people had some adverse.
Did you hear that? Did you? Hold up. My thing is tweaking. Hold up. I maximized by accident. Hold up. Let me go back a second. Hold up. Yo.
This is fun.
He's probably gotten death threats since he posted this thing, man.
To take the video down. Some people had some adverse reactions, let's say. And I just wanted to make a follow-up video and explain why I made that statement.
Nah, don't explain.
What I think would be wise for Apple to do in development for Logic in the future.
If he says 32-bit
in this
again,
day and age, flexibility is king. So the reason why I said Logic sound engine sucks is because when you take a 32-bit file and load it into Logic, Logic automatically changes the bit depth from 32-bit to 24-bit. In most cases, that's not really an issue. But in the case of sound design, sometimes you will have long files, for example, and there might be moments in that file where there's clipping. Or you might have a 32-bit kick. I see this all the time on sample packs you buy on the internet, like not on Splice or anything, but sample packs that you purchase. Sometimes it will be 32-bit kick drums that maybe the sound designer turned it way up in FL Studio and they mixed it down at 32-bit. When you import that into Logic, it clips and there's no way you can turn it down. I think in cases like that, or cases of sound design, Logic sound engine
that's not the case either, though.
Well, no, that's actually the case. That is the case. That's exactly what that producer is doing, right? That producer, he's cranking he's clipping it all the way up. He's gain staging it on the master back down, bouncing it out in 32. So when I get it, even though he gain staged it on the stereo out, I'm still getting the clip when I import it.
You're still getting an actual sound.
And on top of that, I have the 24-bit thing enabled, so I'm definitely hearing it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm going to test it after the stream to see if that is the case.
I'm definitely
that's exactly what that producer is doing. Not to say that what he's doing, there's anything wrong with what he's doing, but he's just explaining.
But that's exactly it.
That's exactly it.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
And I really think it's too bad that you can't import 32-bit files. The reason why I say this is not that you can't make amazing music in Logic. I know tons of producers who make amazing sounding music in Logic, amazing arranged music in Logic. But hey, facts are facts. And the bottom line is, the
bottom line is you're an idiot.
No, hold on. I want to see what he says. I want to hear what the bottom line is. Hold on. I want to hear what the bottom line is. Let's hear it.
Oh, man.
DAW is lacking a feature that I want.
No, wrong.
Talk about.
Wrong.
And the
no. You said it. The only thing that matters, and I've said it, I reiterate it. The only thing that matters is what's coming out those speakers.
It's a fact. He's backtracking on his words big time.
Critique what has been conducted in Logic by goons. Critique that.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in beat battle mode, man. See?
Yeah.
Right when I was about to go into R&B, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna kick up some R&B. You know what I'm saying? He got me back in beat battle mode.
Trust me, he don't want the smoke. You'll undo all of his experience in one sitting, in one beat battle. So let's not even go there.
The reason why I don't want to use Logic is because it's prohibitive. Some people said, well, you can load that file in Isotope RX8 and lower it and bring it in. And that's true. But that's an extra step.
That's
an
extra step. No, that's an unnecessary step.
Just click. I don't have to take in FL Studio. That's an extra step I don't have to take in. You name it. In 2021, I really feel like it's important for us to be able to load in 32-bit files into a DAW. I know Logic internally works at 32 and 64-bit depth, but when you're importing files, it doesn't. So that's a problem for me. So that's why I made that statement. But I know there's so many amazing producers, so many amazing mixing engineers who work with Logic. and it doesn't hinder them at all. And in that case, great. If I was only producing in Logic, then that would be fine. But fact of the matter is I produce and I design sounds. And so any kind of bottleneck in there, sorry, the engine sucks.
All right, I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
No, he wasn't the smoke. It's still smoke.
I'm done with
It's
him.
still smoke.
Hold up, I gotta hit him with one of these.
We gotta have him. We gotta have him. Actually, we gotta have him. Decaf, if you're seeing this, man, we gotta have you on. We're gonna have you interview on the show.
I gotta ask. I mean, I feel like I need to push the button on Homeboy, but I gotta ask Su Young. Su Young, should we push the button on Homeboy? Are you sure, Su Young? Should we push it? Yeah, Su Young. Yeah, she wants me to push the button on Homeboy. I'm about to push the button on this motherfucker right now.
Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you doing?
Fuck out of here with this shit. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Yo.
That's how I roll.
Yo.
Hit the goddamn button.
Yo, this man will never get my business. I was considering purchasing Knock just to see how it was. Now I'm getting it off.
No, he's a great candidate for Dawn Wars.
Let me see what
Great candidate.
I've never encountered a 30-bit sample in a pack. You've got a point, and it definitely needs. Okay, you can kill yourself too. Being a Logic guy for more than 10 years, I really hope they fix. Okay, you're a fucking idiot. So don't ever come to our community ever. Let me see. I want to find someone who's disagreeing. I feel like Luna is some years behind. I love Logic, but I have to say some of their concepts are a little outdated. Right? You can kill yourself too. I'm a pro engineer. Okay.
To 10.7?
I'm a pro engineer in Logic. The point you made was a fair one. A bit harsh to say the sound engine sucks, but that's your opinion. On the other hand, there are many ways that Logic excels over other DAWs. It's all personal preference. It gives it's give and take no matter what DAW you choose. Yeah. But you're not 100.
But the first part, he got what he needed to get in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in other words, you know what I'm saying? All right. That's your complaint. That's your only complaint.
All right, listen.
You're not loading in samples at 32-bit.
That's
your only complaint.
Listen to this failed abortion. Logic's time stretch algorithms are seriously awful. I hate certain stuff on Ableton, but on some tasks, it just sounds way better. Kill yourself. All right, so you got a couple goofies in here as well. I don't really see anyone standing behind Logic the way they should, and furthermore, clearly they're not paying attention to the backstepping that Homeboy's been doing. So
he's been moonwalking his ass off.
So
moonwalk nice.
Let's do this last one here. I'm a 10-year Logic X user, and 6 months ago I have tried Cubase 11. I was shocked when I started to experiment with Cubase. Found out that it sounds much cleaner and wider than Logic. All right, another failed abortion.
No, he's just
he's capping.
He's trying to get that check.
Yeah, he capping.
That's what that is.
He capping.
He's trying to get a check from Cubase because Cubase is, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
There's a lot of
if you're doing scores, then cook. But
there's a lot of goofies in here. I'm gonna on an off day, I'm gonna go in here and respond to every last one of these idiots, and mainly him. Because he's gonna see the comment anyway.
No, I want him. I would love to, eventually have him come on the show.
No, I don't want him on the show. No, there's not enough room for his ego.
Oh, he's no fly zone. See,
fly zone. But I would want him to make a new video correcting himself, because we're gonna point out all the nonsense that he was saying. And prove to him that, Logic does do it. So now you're going to drop your Excel spreadsheet to move over to Logic? Because now you have a DAW that does everything? Or you're going to keep capping?
Oh, man. Actually, and you know what's good? Actually, I have a good friend that uses Logic and Ableton. And I'm going to have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? He's actually an artist, too. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, for please sure. Do. And for the grand finale, I want to introduce you to my wifey, my future wife. She ain't a dime, but she's beautiful for.
I know, yeah. Oh no. She's bad. She a baddie.
She's beautiful for what's coming out of her mouth. Listen to this.
Here's what I think your DAW says about you. Pro Tools. If Pro Tools is your DAW of choice, you probably studied music academically at some point, and they did a really good job of convincing you that this is the industry standard and the only way to be taken seriously. And now you just continue to use it because you enjoy making your life more difficult.
Word.
FL Studio.
Oh,
You
let's go
probably
cook.
learned everything you know about music production from YouTube tutorials, but that's okay because you have
Shots!
a technical skill now.
Shots.
However, a lot of your early beats probably sounded very royalty-free, if you know what I mean. You're probably a bit of a boomer and not really stubborn about music, but that's okay because you like what you like. Ableton.
Oh, let me stop.
Hold on, no. She cooking.
She
That's Bay. That's Bay right now.
She going in.
That's
Going
Bay
in.
right now.
I
She knows
got
exactly what she talking about.
I gotta tap it. I gotta DM her, man, and get her on the show.
Yeah,
man.
for real. Yeah, she got to come on the show for sure.
We gotta run that back. Oh,
Dang, royalty free. Your joint sound hella royalty free. That's comedy.
You enjoy making your life more difficult.
oh man.
FL Studio. You probably learned everything you know about music production from YouTube tutorials, but that's okay because you have some really good technical skill now. However, a lot of your early beats probably sounded very royalty-free, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
You're probably a bit of a boomer and like really stubborn about music, but that's okay because you like what you like. Ableton. Using Ableton is kind of like the movie It Follows. You started using it because someone desperately tried to convince you that you needed to be using it.
Word.
And now you're like fully on board and you think it's the only way to make music.
That's a fact.
However, you spent a ton of time trying to convince everyone else that they need to switch over to Ableton too, just like you did.
And they're not having it.
Logic.
Thanks.
If Logic is your DAW of choice, you have incredible taste.
It's a
You
fact.
know business,
That's
you
a
wanna make
fact.
music, you
Let
like
me- hold up.
efficiency, and you've graduated from GarageBand.
That's a fact.
Here's what I
That's
think
a
your
fact.
DAW
Let me bring
says
that
about
back
everyone
right
else that
quick.
They need to switch
Thank
over
you.
Rewind.
Run that back.
Logic.
Run that back.
Over to Ableton too, just like you did. Logic. If Logic is your DAW of choice, you have incredible taste. You mean business when you want to make music, you like efficiency, and you've graduated from GarageBand.
That's what's up.
Here's what I think your DAW says
That's
about
it.
you.
I'm done.
Pro
I'm done.
Let's go.
I'm done.
That's Bay.
I'm
That's
done.
Bay. Bay know what she talking about.
I'm done. It's a wrap. Woo!
No, she definitely got to come on the show. We got to have her on because she just knows what she's talking about. She just,
Yeah.
she knows exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna tap in with her for sure. I'm gonna tap in with her
For sure.
So, in conclusion, Decap, who I tip my hat off to him for his accomplishments and his expertise in sound design. He could never say anything about sound designing something where I can say no, he's wrong. I don't know as much about sound design as he does, but I do know about Logic.
Right.
I do know about Logic, and you capping all the way through. And we'll be speaking real soon, homeboy. Real soon.
Pull up.
You know what I mean? Real soon.
Pull up.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I hope y'all enjoyed that, man, because I've been sitting on that for a couple days now.
Yeah,
Like,
the hoster. Yes,
yo,
sir.
I wanted to call you, Myth. Like, yo, I need to show you something, bro. Like this has really been egging me. Like, but I got a lot of questions answered now. You know what I'm saying? Because now I understand what's coming from these packs, and it's not just this producer I'm talking about. It's anybody using FL moving the way this producer's moving, right?
Right,
Which more than likely,
yeah.
it's probably like a good 70% of the cats that make melodies. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're using those instruments that have heavy transients in them to make your melodies, and you're boosting the whole melody, and then you're dropping down the master. It's gonna be like that all the way around. So, I'm hoping.
You can also try flattening the melody too, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother combo. But yeah, man, that was super informative. A lot of cap, but a lot of fun.
Yeah. Shout out to Decap though. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Decap, man.
Shout out to you, bro.
We was just BSing.
It's all love.
Yeah, we was just BSing.
But
we definitely reaching out. Like, if you see this, and if you see this, great. If you don't see this, you're gonna see it in the comments. You need to retract. We're obviously, we do our due diligence and we make sure that everything we're saying is accurate. So even though we found the link that proves that it is compatible with 32-bit and it'll take it. We're going to do our own testing to make sure that is the case. I'm taking the exact same loop that I had the problem with, that had the clipping, and I'm going to dump it back into Logic to make sure that it's not doing it anymore. And once we verify that, you'll be hearing from us via the comments. Fuck around, I might just DM you directly, right?
Yeah,
and we're going to need you to do us a solid. We're going to need you to make a new video apologizing for the cap, right?
Yeah.
Because that button's been there. I've seen that button there since 10.5, which was before 2021.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
your video posted in September of 21. So we're going to need you to put a new video in apologizing to all the Logic users, including the goofballs in the comments that are Logic users, dick riding.
You dig?
So yeah. So you'll be hearing from us either way.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, we're gonna be doing more of this, reviewing shenanigans and cap orientated YouTube videos and tutorials and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And we're gonna give our 2 cents, man, because we the superior
Absolutely.
dog, and we're
Facts.
gonna prove it by any means necessary. I mean, we're the ones. We're Malcolm at the window with the AK. You know what I mean?
You dig?
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
We watching for any FL, Cubase, Studio One cats trying to spin the block. You know what I mean? Eyes cut in every direction. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
so that's where we're
Studio
at.
One. I know some dope cats use Studio One, but they ain't safe either.
Yeah, no one's safe at this point.
Especially stock sounds. Good God.
Yeah, that's a fact. And don't worry, y'all. We're getting things in. We're getting our affairs in order on the LPG side. Getting getting the stage set. All y'all other dogs, y'all gonna have a chance to prove, what your dog can do and how quickly it can do it. Versus Logic.
Absolutely.
So we'll keep y'all posted on when that stage is fully built and ready to go. But yeah, man, that was a great segment, and this is the first time we tried it. We kind of decided at the last minute we wanted to do this, and it worked out perfect. Super informative on both spectrums, on the FL side, on the Ableton side, on the Logic side. But in the end, Logic's a superior dog. I ain't trying to hear nothing. So
far superior.
Yeah. With that being said, without going into too much detail, did you get that text yet? Or are we still good?
I got a text. Yeah.
Okay, so it is happening. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, because we started late and had some technical difficulties, we're almost pushing the 3-hour mark. So we're gonna close this episode 17. We're going strong. We haven't missed a week yet. With all types of obstacles, we still here. Why? Because we need to rep the superior DAW to the fullest. Logic don't take a break. Logic don't crash. You know what I'm saying?
You
when
dig?
we composing. So
we haven't even talked
we
about on that.
we ain't going that way. Yo, we're at some point we're gonna do a strain test, live strain test between FL and Logic. We're gonna load up 100 tracks and see which one crashes first. And you know what I'm saying? So
we already know the answer, but
yeah, we already know but we need to see it live so everyone can see it live. But also what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be curating a list of things that FL can do, that Logic can do, but FL can just do a little bit better, mainly because I feel strongly that the functionality is there. It's just not made public. Because, for example, like there's 1,000,001 tutorials on FL and how to use it on YouTube. There's YouTube videos for Logic, but not as in depth for FL. For example, the Wave Shaper.
You gotta. That too. Well, you also gotta show that quick sample of sauce.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a game changer.
But the point I'm trying to make is that Logic's tutorials are not as vast as FL, right? And it's possible that the functionality is there. It's just no one made a video about it yet. You know what I'm saying? No one made a tutorial. So like, for example, with the Wave Shaper, once I master the Wave Shaper, which I'm still working on for creating 808s, I'm going to create a tutorial, and that bad boy might go viral because it's the only video on a Wave Shaper that exists for Logic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
I strongly believe that the functionality that we think isn't there in Logic, that's in FL, is in Logic. We just
It's
haven't
there.
been
Yeah,
able
we
to
just
find
gotta
it.
find
yet.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to curate a list, and we're going to go through this list one by one and make sure we find it. If we don't find it, that means we don't have it, and we'll be the first to say, yo, this is something that we need to make a suggestion to Apple to add in their next update. We have no problem admitting when we're wrong, but at this point, we know we're right, goddammit. So,
Yeah, but they see, well, there it is.
and you can't
There
tell
it
me
is.
nothing. So that's that.
It is what it is.
But
And our music and composition speak for themselves.
oh, that's a fact. We wouldn't have even started the channel if we thought we hadn't paid our dues. So you talking to two cats that
Exactly.
have paid their dues already. We're accredited for what we do.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you really can't tell us nothing. So with that being said, if you want to, if you still feel the need to tell us something, feel free to
Then
shoot
pull
us
up.
pull up. Feel free
Yeah.
to shoot up an email at logicproglobal@gmail.com. You can DM us on logicproglobal or on TikTok. Leave a comment there. We're starting to push content through those platforms starting tomorrow. We've been beta testing everything today via multi-posting scheduling app thingamajig. We encourage Logic users and non-Logic users to comment. Again, this is an open platform for everyone to speak their mind. It's, again, if you sensitive, don't even bother jumping in the stream or commenting, because we ain't trying to hear it. We're not going to entertain it, right? You can talk your shit, but if you on some next shit, you know what I mean, I'll send you my addy and you can pull up. Just know I'm in Florida, so niggas is licensed to carry out here. I'm licensed to defend myself.
You did.
By
You
any
did.
means necessary. So make sure you bought that action.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
But otherwise,
Yeah, that's right. Logic Gang disciples. I see.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But otherwise,
Let's go.
we strongly encourage y'all, non-Logic users as well. Leave a comment. Give us your perspective on the video that you saw today, on what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Because this is what this is all about. It's sharing information between DAWs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, Logic is the superior DAW. All right? Get used to that.
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right. On behalf
Superior.
Superior. On behalf of
Far
James,
superior.
on behalf of myself, Jay Myth, and Drillbit, who's been in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Want to
Yes,
thank
sir.
y'all
Shout
for
out
joining.
Drillbit.
Want to thank y'all for joining, and we'll see you next week. Y'all take it easy.
Salute.